This is Marcus, senior manager, 10 hours day back-to-back meetings from the moment he sits down to the moment he finally closes his laptop. By the time he gets home, there is nothing left. Not for the gym, not for his family, not even for himself. And every night, without fail, one beer becomes two becomes three. Not because he has a drinking problem, but because it's the only way he knows how to finally switch off. He wanted to get in shape. He knew he needed to. His energy was shot. His clothes weren't fitting the way they used to. And somewhere deep down, he stopped feeling like himself. But every time he tried, he'd go hard for 2 weeks, cut the carbs, hit the gym, skip the drinks, and then one big work week comes along, a client dinner, a deadline that ran past midnight, and just like that, it was over. Not because Marcus was lazy, not because he didn't care. He was just missing one thing that nobody ever shown to him, the thing that makes the difference between someone who tries and fails and someone who actually changes. Let's fast forward 20 weeks. Okay, Marcus is 10 kg down. Okay, he's put on muscle, his energy is back in a way he hasn't felt in years. He's still going to client dinners, still having his drinks on the weekend, still running his team. But for the first time in a long time, he actually likes what he sees in the mirror. And the thing he told me that stuck with me the most, Jack, I wish someone had shown me this years ago. Now, does any of that sound familiar? Because if you are watching this right now, there is a reason. Maybe you're not Marcus exactly, maybe your story looks a little bit different, but I'm willing to bet that somewhere in there you recognize something. The exhaustion, the trying and stopping, the gap between who you are at work and what you see in the mirror, the quiet voice that say, I will sort this out when things calm down. And things never calm down. So let me tell you something that most coaches wouldn't say to you. Okay, it was never your discipline, it was never your willpower, it was never the beer or the client dinners or the fact that you don't have time to meal prep on a Sunday. Here's what was actually happening. Every single program you've ever tried was designed for someone else's life. Someone with a perfect schedule, unlimited motivation, no stress, no real responsibility. And the moment your real life showed up, the program collapsed because it was never built for your real life in the first place. That's it. That's the whole reason. Not you, but the system. And once Marcus understood that, everything changed. Now, I know exactly what's going through your head right now. Jack, I don't have time. Marcus was running a full team, back-to-back meetings, client dinner 3 times a week. We built his training around 3 sessions a week, 45 minutes each, scheduled around his calendar, not the other way around. Not because 40 minutes is magic, but because 40 minutes done consistently beats 2 hours done twice and then abandoned. The issue was never time. It was always direction. Okay, you might say, but Jack, what about the food? I can't give up my social life, okay? Marcus was still drinking, still going out, still eating the food he enjoyed. But here is the real thing, okay? Awareness beats restriction. Every single time. You don't need to eat perfectly. You don't need to cut out everything you enjoy. You need to understand what you are eating and have a simple plan for the moments that used to derail you. Okay, client dinner coming up, I tell you exactly how to handle it before you walk in. Bad week at work and you're about to spiral, I'm there before it happens. That's the difference. But Jack, can I just get a PT? I need someone physically there. I hear this a lot. Okay, and I completely understand why it feels that way. But let me ask you something honest. A PT is with you maybe 3 hours a week. What happens to the other 165 hours? What happens at the client dinner? What happens at 10 p.m. when you're exhausted and stressed and the fridge is like right there? What happens when you travel and your whole routine disappears? That's where people fall apart, not in the gym. And that's exactly where I am every single day. Daily check-ins, okay? Your training program, nutrition education built around your actual eating habits. Okay, schedule call when something important comes up. Everything adjusted in real life based on what's actually happening in your life. A PT gives you a session, I give you a system. And here's the honest truth. If a PT was the answer, it would have worked already. Okay, so let me show you exactly what these 20 weeks look like. Okay, week 1, we sit down and I learn everything about your life, your schedule, your eating habit, your stress pattern, what's worked before, what hasn't, and we build everything around that. Not a generic program, not a meal plan designed for someone who has time to cook, every meal at home, but yours, built around your actual life. 3 sessions a week that fit your calendar, daily check-in that take less than 5 minutes, nutrition principles simple enough to use at any restaurant, any hawker center, any client dinner. No perfection required, just the right system and someone in the corner every single day. Marcus didn't overhaul his life. He didn't quit drinking. He didn't start waking up at 5 a.m. He just finally had a plan that was built for him personally, and someone there every day to make sure he stayed on track even when life gets messy, which he did, because it always does. Let me ask you something. 10 years ago, how did you imagine you looked and feel today? Is that where you are right now? Because if it's not, and you keep doing what you are doing, where are you going to be in another 10 years? Your family is watching you, the people around you are watching you, and most importantly, you are watching yourself. Every time you feel winded doing something you shouldn't be winded doing, every time you tell yourself you will sort it out when things calm down, you feel it and you know it, you keep waiting, keep trying the same thing and expecting different result. Or you can do what Marcus did. Stop guessing, get the right system, get someone in your corner every single day, and actually change. You have already booked this call, and that means something. That means part of you already know it's time. So come to that call ready to be honest about where you are, what you have tried, and what you actually want your life to look like. No judgment, no fluff, just a real conversation about what's actually going to take to get you there. I'll see you on the call.